Erotic jokes, kinky jokes. Q. Why do women like to have sex with the lights off? A. They can't stand to see a man have a good time. Q. What did the hurricane say to the coconut palm tree? A. Hold on to your nuts, this is no ordinary blowjob. Q. What's a condom and a coffin got in common? A. They both hold stiffs but one is cumin and one is going. Q. When is a man most intelligent, before, after or during sex? A. During sex cause he's plugged up to the knowledge source equal. Sex is like math. Add a bed, subtract the clothes, divide the legs, and pray you don't multiply. Sex is like a misdemeanor, the more I miss it, demeanor I get. How do you know if you have a high sperm count? If she has to chew before she can swallow. Two potatoes are standing on a corner, how can you tell which one is a prostitute? The one that says Idaho. Q. What did the penis say to the condom? A. Cover me, I am going in. How can you tell which is the head nurse? She's the one with the dirty knees. Have you noticed that more and more women are having their navels pierced? That's because it's a handy place to hang the air freshener. How do you make your girlfriend cry while having sex? Phone her. Bigamy is having one wife too many. Some say monogamy is the same. What do you call a woman with two brain cells? Pregnant. Scientists have discovered a certain food that diminishes a woman's sex drive by 90%. Wedding cake. What is the difference between erotic sex and kinky sex? During erotic sex you use a feather, during kinky sex you use the whole chicken. Q. Which sexual position produces the ugliest children? A. Ask your mother. What's the difference between oral sex and anal sex? Oral sex makes your day, anal sex makes your whole week. What's the difference between a roast beef sandwich and a blowjob? I don't know. What? You don't know. So do you wanna do lunch tomorrow? What does it mean when a man is in your bed gasping for breath and calling your name? You didn't hold the pillow down long enough. What do you call the useless piece of skin on a penis? The man. Q. What do you call a virgin on a waterbed? A. A cherry float. Q. Why do walruses go to Tupperware parties? A. To find a tight seal. Q. What's the difference between light and hard? A. You can sleep with a light on. Q. Why is fresh air a lot like sex? A. Because it's no big deal unless you're not getting any. Why do men have a hole in their penis? So their brains can get some oxygen now and then. Q. Why did God give woman two sets of lips? A. So they can piss and moan at THS same time. Q. What are three words you dread the most while making love? A. Honey, I'm home. Q. How could the redneck mom tell that her daughter was on her period? A. She could taste the blood on her son's dick. Q. How is sex like air? A. It's no big thing unless you aren't getting any. Q. What do you call two nuns and a blonde? A. Two tight ends and a wide receiver. Q. What can a girl put behind her ears to make her sexy? A. Her knees. Q. What's a man's definition of a romantic evening? A. Sex. Q. What does the sign on the whorehouse say, after they have closed for the day? A. We're closed, beat it. Q. Why is sex like riding a bike? A. You can do it by yourself, but it's usually not as much fun. Q. What do tofu and a dildo have in common? A. They are both meat substitutes. Q. What is the difference between a sin and shame? A. It's a sin to stick it in and a shame to take it out. Q. What does a dwarf get if he runs through a woman's legs? A. A clit around the ear and a flap across the face. Q. What is hard and pink when it goes in and soft and wet when it comes out? A. Bubblegum, you dirty-minded pervert. Q. Which of the following words does not belong? Meat, eggs, wife, blowjob. A. Blowjob. You can beat your meat, eggs, and wife, but you can't beat a blowjob. Q. What do you call a whore with her own car? A. Feels on wheels. Q. What do you do with a year's worth of used condoms? A. Melt them, turn them into tire and call it a good year. Q. What did the cannibal do after he dumped his girlfriend? A. He wiped his ass. Q. Why is sex like a game of bridge? A. You either need a good partner or a good hand. A man goes to the doctor suffering from premature ejaculation. Can you do anything to help me, doc? Said the man. No, but I can give you the address of a woman who has a short attention span, replied the doctor. Q. What is the difference between women and a washing machine? A. The washing machine doesn't follow you around for 2 weeks after you put a load into it. Q. Why does it take 100 million sperm to fertilize an egg? A. Because not one will stop and ask for directions. Q. What did the left nut say to the right nut? A. Don't talk to the guy in the middle, he's a dick. Q. Why is sex like riding a bike? A. You have to keep pumping if you want to get anywhere. Q. What do blondes say after sex? A. Thanks, guys. Q. How can you tell if your wife is dead? A. The sex is the same but the dishes pile up. Q. How can you tell if your husband is dead? A. The sex is the same but you get to use the remote. Q. What is similarity between woman and mobile? A. They both are charged at night. Q. What did the banana say to the vibrator? A. Why are you laughing? I'm the one going to be eaten. One-liners. Boy sees his mom and dad having sex. Dad says we're making you a. Brother boy replies do her doggy style, I rather have a puppy. A penis is the lightest thing in the world. Even a thought can raise it. A chicken is the result of a sitting hen, while a baby is the result of a standing cock. Men are like cement. After getting laid, they take a long time to get hard. Women might be able to fake orgasms, but men can fake a whole relationship. Men screw with dicks. Women screw with minds. Behind every successful woman, there is a satisfied man. But behind a satisfied woman, there is an exhausted man. Marry and make a woman happy, or remain a bachelor and make several women happy. A boy goes to a strip club. His mom gets angry. Did you see anything there that you were not supposed to see? Boy: Yes, I saw, Dad. Sex is like the army, the closer you are to discharge, the better you feel. Ever since my girlfriend got pregnant, a lot has changed in my life. Like my name, address and telephone number. You think 7 years for a mirror is bad? Try breaking a condom. A guy goes to the store to buy condoms. Do you want a bag? The cashier asks. No, the guy says, she's not that ugly. Women say us men only think with our penis. Ladies, don't be afraid to blow our minds. I was in math class and my teacher asked what comes after 69. Apparently I do is not the correct answer. Dear young girls losing their virginity, if your age is on the clock, you're too young for the cock. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, speed, weed, and birth control. Life's a bitch. And then you die, so fuck the world and let's get high. Normal chickens say cock-a-doodle-doo. Weighed chickens say doodle cock-a-doo. A slutty chicken says any cock will do. It would be a lot easier to be a hard worker if my company didn't block access to porn sites on the internet.